welcome to the Utility Emergency Response Podcast. My name is Issac Alatorre, and I'm an emergency pipeline advisor for portable pipeline systems. You might ask me what an emergency pipeline advisor is. I help water, wastewater, flood managers, upper ops people, field ops people. I help them develop an emergency pipeline using lay flat hose to manage jobs out in the field. Now, typically, my customers, followers, or partners in the industry are in the utility industry. But this can be applicable to anybody in the liquid management business who handles large amounts of liquids from point A to point B. If this category fits you, then this podcast is for you. Now, what you might ask, what is this podcast going to be about? Well, I also run a committee called the Security and Emergency Management Committee for the American Water Works Association here in California and Nevada section. It will be mostly about how to use lay flat hose in managing water main breaks, wastewater spills, and or floods. But I also sell equipment, and I sell equipment to these utilities and private companies. But this channel is also going to be about other issues related to all this in emergency preparedness, for example, for public utilities and sometimes private industry as well, because we're all connected somehow when it comes to emergency response. Who's going to be in this podcast, you might ask? Well, I'm your host. I will be hosting all of these podcasts, but we also have guests in the following sectors: disaster response, emergency response, and emergency management sectors, which are all kind of different in their own way. This might be a water or wastewater supervisor. It can be emergency managers. It can be consultants, specialized vendors in the public utility industry. It is a far range of professionals in this sector of utility. So if this is where you fit in, then definitely you want to give this podcast a chance. Okay, folks, I hope my podcast is valuable to you and your organization. Please connect with me on my social media channels, email or phone. I'm always up to hearing from you guys out there. By nature, I'm not a shy guy, so please reach out to me if you have any suggestions for the podcast. Okay, so feel free to contact me however is best for you. Thanks again for listening, and I really hope you enjoy the podcast, and be safe and think ahead.